from time to time, increasingly so, their respective armies are building new roads, new bits of defense infrastructure, and they are testing each other's positions. And so increasingly over the last few years, in 2017, in 2014, in 2013, you get these border skirmishes, and they represent a more tense relationship between the two countries overall. As they're growing, becoming more powerful, their sense of their own national interest increases. They're clashing with one another in an increasing range of areas, not just in the Himalayan mountains, but all across Asia.
And James, one of these issues that we wonder about, I mean, what does this clash on this specific issue mean for the broader relationship on an economic front?
I think what we're going to find is not that India is going to, like the United States has done, suddenly turn itself into a kind of anti-Chinese campaign. India is the weaker power militarily and economically, and it has to be careful in how it handles China. But what you will see, I think, is India trying to find ways in its own way to put pressure on China. And so that's what you saw yesterday with this summit with the Australians. India will be trying to improve its relationships with Australia, with Japan, with Vietnam, with the United Kingdom, with all of the countries who are worried about China in order to give itself a little bit of leverage. But it will do this without trying to antagonize China so far that it will then become a serious international crisis.
Right, with the US as well, James, because with President Trump inviting Prime Minister Modi for the G7 summit, and Prime Minister Modi, if you remember, attended the summit last year as well, with that equation building and the two countries coming together, getting closer, would that also be a tactic that would work with China, would irk China?
With the United States and India have been becoming closer fairly steadily over the last 2 decades, both militarily with deals similar to the one that you saw signed with the Australians and also politically. The problem for Modi is that he just doesn't trust Trump. Trump is a very erratic player, and so when Trump is going around throwing bombs at China of various sorts with the trade war over Hong Kong, then that creates potential instability. So there is a risk of getting too close to the United States. But nonetheless, I think it's almost inevitable that India's relationship with the US is going to get closer as its relationship with China becomes more tense.